Hey guys, it's Abby or ByTheAngelBooks, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my Booktube-A-Thon TBR. If you are unaware of what the Booktube-A-Thon is, it's basically a readathon centralized around booktube and videos and all of that fun jazz. Of course, you can still participate if you're not a booktuber, but it's definitely a very community-wide thing. So if you're just a viewer, then absolutely participate and just watch the YouTubers who do the video things. This is an entire readathon created by the wonderful Ariel Bissett. I'll leave her channel below as well as the official Booktube-A-Thon's channel below if you want more information on that. However, I'm just here to share with you guys my TBR for there's a total of 7 challenges, and I'm just gonna be showing you which books I've chosen for each one. I do want to note that I'm not very good at readathons. I have an entire video about it called I Suck at Readathons. That was a very ranty video though, so I mean watch with caution. But by the time I am at this readathon, I will have done whatever happens during the Gramathon, whether I do it well or not, and hopefully that will get my spirits up for this upcoming readathon because I want to get better at them. I really do. Anyway, I'm done talking. Let's just talk about books. The first challenge for reading is read a book with yellow on the cover. For this I have chosen More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. I've owned this book for not as long as some of the books that are unread on my shelf, for a little bit though, but ever since I have opened it I have just been dying to read it. I've only heard good things. It sounds amazing. Obviously it's covered in yellow so it fits. I love books that make me think and make me cry. Of course that second one, crying, happens almost every time, so I just love in general that. However, thinking does not necessarily happen every time, but I've heard this very good, deep book that will also make you cry. Great quality book right here. I haven't read it, but I'm sure it is. The next challenge is a little odd, and you're only supposed to read the book you choose for this after sunset. So only at night, only when there's no, natural light coming in, you're only supposed to read this particular book. I thought this was a very interesting challenge. I also thought I'm only going to be reading this at night. Also, I go to bed very early every night because I'm a literal grandma. What book is short enough that I should be able to get it done within the short amount of time I will be reading it throughout the week? I've chosen Hurt Go Happy by Jenny Rorby. Book is about 260 pages. Basically, this girl named Joey is deaf, and her entire life has just not been allowed to learn sign language, allowed to communicate and stuff, which is very odd to me that her parents would do that. But basically she finds a chimpanzee and she learns it with him and is able to communicate and just opens up this whole new world. Very fascinated by deaf culture. I'm taking ASL next year. I've learned quite a bit so far in just my years in general, and so I'm very intrigued by this book. I wanted to read it for quite some time, just the moment hasn't been right, but I'm very excited for it. Next challenge is a book you found through Booktube. For me, this challenge was kind of hard because I feel like a majority of my books on my bookshelf, the thought of them originated Booktube. I didn't necessarily go get them because I saw it on Booktube and I wanted it, but I see them in the store and I remember somebody talked about that. It's difficult because I feel like I've kind of heard of every single book on my shelf at some point on Booktube. However, I feel like the book that I chose is mentioned a ton throughout Booktube, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm very excited to read it. That book is I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This is basically a book about two twins, written in both their perspectives. They used to be really close when they were younger, and then something happened, and they are not close at all anymore. Boy and girl twins, one of them tells each part, and it's two perspective, which we'll see my thoughts on that because I'm not a big multiple perspective fan. However, I have heard the most hype about this. It's got 2 awards already on the front. It's supposed to be incredible. I'm very excited for this one. Next challenge is read a book by your favorite author. For me, that happens to be Rainbow Rowell. I've actually only read 2 of her books, however, I still consider her my favorite author because those are 2 of my favorite books ever, and it just kind of encompasses everything I like about literature in those 2 books. So I definitely need to pick up more, and currently in this challenge I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to be reading Landline by Rainbow Rowell. Hopefully this just gives me a new perspective on Rainbow Rowell, and I'm very excited to read it. The next challenge is read a book that's older than you. I'm one of the younger people on Booktube. I will not lie. I'm 14, about to be 15 very soon. And so, to prove how young I am, I'm gonna share with you my book. That would be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This was published before I was a living, breathing human being. It was originally published in 1997, which is several years before I was born. So, yes, I'm going to be reading this. Challenge number 6 is to read a book and then watch its movie adaptation. And I've chosen for this, I actually do not own the book, however I've chosen Perks of Being a Wallflower, because I've never read that, and that seems right up my alley. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I haven't. It's very short. It's very nice. I am excited to get to it. I am definitely going to be picking that up again, watching the movie the next day, which also very excited about it, because Logan Lerman and Emma Watson are in it, so props to that movie for just having them. I've never seen it. I'm sure it's great, though. Where's a cat meowing? I want it. I can't have that cat. This cat is so loud. Challenge number 7 is just to read 7 books. I'm not going to show you a book for this challenge as like my 7th book because more than likely that's not going to happen. I'm just going to be real. I'm probably not going to get to 7 books and that's okay. However, if I do, I'll just pick one up that I'm feeling at the time. But I'm not gonna pick one out right now because it's just probably not gonna happen. So. Anyway, that is it. Like always, remember to give this video a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe. But of course, only if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!